from right now. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, and you are welcome to the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It is time for the recap. Now, you know the recap is that program where we dissect and discuss issues that made the major headlines during the week. And of course, we always have our analysts right here to make sense of the issues and dissect it for your proper understanding. And of course that Mr. Peter Anosikia will be introducing him in a very short while. Before I do that, let's take an overview of the topics that we will be discussing today. We will begin with the first topic. Court orders Nigerian government to fix prices of petrol and other items. The Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos on Wednesday ordered the federal government to fix the prices of some basic goods and petroleum products within 7 days amid rapidly increasing prices of goods and services in the country. Specifically, the court ordered the government to control the prices of milk, flour, salt, sugar, bicycles and their spare parts, matches, motorcycles and their spare parts, motor vehicles and their spare parts, and of course petroleum products, including diesel, premium motor spirit, PMS, that's petrol, and of course kerosene. The judge, Ambrose Louis Alagua, issued the price control order after listening to an application by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria. The ruling did not specify the modalities that the government is expected to adopt in fixing and controlling prices of the listed items given Nigeria's rate of inflation. It is still unclear if the court expects the government to reverse the deregulation policy on petrol, which led to the government's removal of subsidy. And of course, the court order is coming less than 9 months after this new administration removed subsidy on petrol at the inauguration of incumbent President Bola Tinubu in May last year. This is our very first topic for today. And of course, we'll be looking at the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, saying Nigeria's food is the cheapest in West Africa. The chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, and the governor of Kwara State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, has said that food in Nigeria is the cheapest in West Africa. Governor Abdulrazak stated this when he led the governor of Taraba State, Agbu Kefas, the Kogi State Governor Ahmed Dudu, and Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to doing for dry season farming. So that will be our second topic for today. Topic 3. No matter how dirty PDP is, it is a better evil than APC. Sule Lamido. Now, so this is quite funny because how do you paint yourself with a black brush because you want to point out that your neighbor is also black? Former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, has described the People's Democratic Party, PDP, as the better of two evils when compared with the All Progressives Congress, APC. Former governor of Jigawa State he described it, said the PDP is a better evil. He said no matter what the PDP is a better evil. He said no matter what the PDP might have stolen or how dirty the party is, it is still better in all ramifications when compared with the APC. Now, the PDP chieftain made the submission in a chat with Arise News earlier in the week. According to him, the APC has plunged Nigeria into hell since it came into power in 2015. Therefore, Nigerians have the choice to remain in hell or to choose a better evil, which according to him is the PDP. The former governor recalled how he was, in his words, vilified and humiliated for warning Nigerians about the dangerous evils of APC. He says, I think the choice is very narrow. You either join the PDP or you remain in your own hell. You say, no matter how you analyze what we have stolen, how dirty we are a better evil than the APC. Therefore, the choice of Nigerians are two evils, a very dangerous evil, which is the APC, and maybe a very saintly evil, the PDP. Is there even anything like saintly evil? Isn't evil? And I mean, good? He said he went through all kinds of agony, was vilified and humiliated simply because he was trying to tell Nigerians about the APC, and now they are in power and Nigerians are seeing things. All right, then this is the third topic we'll be looking at today right here on the recap. Topic 4. Former senator representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District, the Senator Shehu Sani, has claimed that over 10,000 schools in the north have closed due to kidnapping and terrorism. He made this known at Arawa House in Kaduna during the 15th Ralph Okpara Memorial Lecture on Girl Child Education organized by the National Association of Sea Dogs and Pirate Confraternity. Well, Senator Sani noted that most of those who are engaged in banditry and terrorism today are young people in their 20s and 30s. If we had provided them the education they needed, they wouldn't have carried arms and be attacking people. He called on the government of President Bola Tinubu to, as far as he's concerned, invest in education, security and agriculture, as these are the basic things, saying if we want to get the issue of security and education right in the north, we need to be serious about the issue of education. This is the our number 4 topic for today. And finally, still on the issue of insecurity, over 3,500 students kidnapped in Nigeria in 4 years. This is according to the Save Public Education Campaign group, which laments that more than 3,500 students have been kidnapped from or around their school premises in Nigeria in the last 4 years. The group, in a statement on Thursday, February 1st, signed by its convener, Comrade Vivian Bello, in reaction to the recent kidnapping of school children in Ekiti State, lamented that the painful attack is another setback for education in not just the state, but the country as a whole. She's saying we need to prioritize our children, we need to prioritize our students, and make sure that schools are a safe place for students. And I totally agree with this one. Anyway, if you're just joining us, not to worry, you haven't missed much. The recap has just begun. It is time for us to delve into the crux of the conversation. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Today on the recap, I have with me, as always, Mr. Peter Anosike, a philosopher, a development economist, a journalist, and the best-selling author. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. And of course, here in Nigeria, it was adopted as a workbook for grooming entrepreneurs by Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMIDAN, a federal government agency in charge of small and medium businesses in Nigeria. I know he wants to talk to you. It's time for you to listen. Welcome to the conversation, Mr. Anosike.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you. Please move your mic a little closer. Thank you so much. So let's begin with the very first topic. Court orders Nigerian government to fix prices of petrol and other items. Now, we do know that this case was instituted by, a senior advocate of Nigeria and a human rights lawyer and activist, Femi Falana. Was this the right decision for him to take? Was this the right step for him to take? Would you know that many of what the court is saying, regulate the prices, many of them are imported items, right? And so when people import, how will the government regulate these prices?
Well, the person that went to court on this matter is a wrong person.
How?
Femi Falana is not a businessman. Even though a dentist invented the electric chair, but there's what Warren Buffett called the circle of competence. Understand? So Femi Falana is not a businessman. The judge that gave that judgment is not a businessman. Femi Falana has no shop anywhere. The judge has no shop anywhere. So they don't know what is happening in the business circle. Therefore, they are incompetent to deliberate on that issue. One, giving a price control on issues that you don't know how they come about. Understand? The customs and the CBN are increasing import duties on a regular basis. Understand me? You have to convert your huge naira to dollar import, then pay import duties. And somebody will stay in the comfort of his office and say, put price control board. It does not happen. And it cannot happen. Because the judge does not know what businessmen are seeing.
So when you said the person who instituted this is a wrong person, he's a lawyer, can't we say he was looking out for the interest of Nigerians who are everyday buyers of this?
It's a wrong way to look for the interest of Nigerians, because you cannot adjudicate on the issue that you don't have any competence. That's why I mentioned Warren Buffett, who talked about a circle of competence. Understand? A shark is very strong inside the ocean, but to bring it outside, it cannot do anything. So Femi Falana is a lawyer on issues that he has competence on, but he don't have any competence on what is happening within the import and export circle because he's not a businessman. The judge that delivered that judgment has also no competence. The judge is not an importer. Understand me? Business people buy as they sell. Understand? Business people buy as they sell. So if you buy higher and one judge somewhere telling you, I have fixed you must sell at this price,
which would be at a loss to the business person,
is the shortest way of killing businesses in the country. Understand me?
So does it mean that Femi Falana himself does not know this?
People want to make name. Understand me?
Would you say Falana is one of them? He
people
already
want
has
to
a name.
make name. Understand me? They take controversial issues. Understand? Just to build their profile. So for me, it is not for him to do, and it is not businessmen that told him go to court for us on this matter. Understand me? If it's federal government threatening business owners, maybe knocking their shops, then Femi Falana can go and fight for their fundamental human rights. So this is not a human rights matter. Not a human right. This is business. Understand? So the court can put price control on the federal government, say that they have reserve rice, reserve grains, and they can tell government what to sell. Understand? Their price control can only work on federal government items. They can tell federal government you are not to make money from the masses, sell at a reduced price. But you cannot tell that a sole proprietor who imported goods at a higher cost to sell at a lesser cost, he will go out of business.
Is that to say that the best way to tackle this is to reduce import duties so that both, like you said, federal government goods and goods from entrepreneurs can sell at the same price?
Sure, if they want the prices of foods that's imported to come down, they should reduce the import duties. Understand me? That is the only way that to go about it. They should crash the import duties, so that when importers import at a cheap rate, they will also sell at a cheap rate. Understand? But when they import at a high rate, they must sell at a high rate. If not, they will go out of business. Understand me? So Femi Falana, this is a wrong one for him. He's not fighting for the masses in this case.
Who then is he fighting for?
He wants to make name for himself.
And again, I'm asking, hasn't he already done that? Why would he want to make name for himself on a case such as this one?
Excuse me, Femi Falana is not Donald Messi. He's not Donald Trump. It's not everybody that knows him. He introduces himself to people. There are others who immediately you see them, you don't need to ask them, what's your name? You have already known them. Understand me? But Femi Falana has not reached that stage.
So we can say he has this national recognition, but not global recognition or international recognition.
So some people know him. He's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is somebody that you can meet. It will be stupid of you that to ask him, what's your name? Understand? Because you should know him, unless you are waking up from the dead. So Femi Falana is not hasn't reached that. So the issue is this: if there should be a price control board, it should be on government items, not on individual imports. But if they reduce the import duties in the ports, then prices of imported goods can come down. That's the only way. So they can regulate the ones owned by governments, not by individuals. It's just like I now building a house and government saying this will be your rent. It's not their business. They should build their own houses and regulate their own rent. Understand me? So that's how it is done. For me, there should be no price control on imported. Understand me? So you should put yourself in the shoes of the importers. Government is making things difficult for the importers. Government is making things difficult for those who are even producing in the country. Understand? The cost of electricity is high. The cost of diesel is high. Understand? Duplication of taxes. So all these things shoots off the prices of goods produced in the country. So there's no produced in the country. So there's no way after you have added all these things, then one cost somewhere will tell you sell at this price. It doesn't work. It cannot work.
All right then. You are listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We have been discussing the issue of a court ordering the Nigerian government to fix prices of petrol and other items. Now, these other items include milk, flour, salt, sugar, bicycles and their spare parts, matches, motorcycles and their spare parts, motor vehicles and their spare parts, and petroleum products. Now, these are specific products, right, Mr. Noski? And not all of them are imported into the country. We have producers of sugar right here in Nigeria.
Sugar are still imported. Dangote produces sugar, but a lot of them are still imported from outside. So
what if we just allow Nigerian production and stop the importation of...
Wouldn't it be enough for everybody? Understand me? Wouldn't it be enough for everybody? And some of these big men don't take made in Nigeria goods. They don't even drink made in Nigeria bottled water. They import bottled water.
The one that they want to drink.
Understand me? They import bottled water. So they don't patronize made in Nigerian goods.
All right then. It's time for us to move on in the conversation right here on the recap. Very soon we'll be giving you the numbers to call to be part of the conversation. That is at 5 p.m. The phone lines will be open. But right now you can send a message to us via our WhatsApp platform. It is to 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. That is the number to send a WhatsApp message to. We're also live on YouTube. Head on over to YouTube and type into your search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can be a part of the conversation. Let's have your comments on our YouTube platform. We look forward to taking that later on in the program. Moving on to the second topic, Nigeria's food is the cheapest in West Africa, according to Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, that's Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, is saying Nigeria's food is the cheapest in West Africa. Now, even if this were true, right, and we understand it, should we suffer because our neighbors are suffering?
Where did he make that market research? That's to start with. Understand? Where did he make that market research to find out that the Nigerian food is the cheapest? That is, they always go to copy the wrong thing, to tell Nigerians how stupid they are. Understand me? If you now, they cannot. This is insensitivity on the part of the governor. Understand me? This is insensitivity on his own part, and he is mocking Nigerians who are protesting the high cost of food items in the country. Understand that what they are doing is a waste of time. So if a governor, if the chairman of the Governors Forum can say this, understand, it means that the soldiers should carry gun and begin to shoot those that are protesting, maybe for being terrorists or bandits. It means that those who are protesting the harsh economy just want to cause trouble, or they want to show that they exist. Understand? When you mention things in Nigeria, they want to compare you with the other countries of the world, but they will not check what is obtainable in those countries. Mention bread now, they will tell you that the bread is also expensive in Britain. Understand me? That you shouldn't complain of bread, that the bread is expensive in Britain.
And we know that our minimum wage and theirs is definitely not the same.
How much is their minimum wage? How much is our minimum wage? SEFA, that before used to be tagged as a waste paper. That's the currency that this Benin use. Today is more vulnerable than our Naira, SEFA. I remember at the time that I went to Cotonou. If I give them 500 Naira, they'll give me 1,000 SEFA. But now 10,000 SEFA is 24,000 Naira. Can you imagine that? SEFA, which nobody accepts, is now more vulnerable than our own Naira. And this governor is telling you that the food is the cheapest, our own, understand me, in West Africa. What is the minimum wage of the other countries compared to us? So the governor is showing how insensitive he is. Understand? He is showing how insensitive he is. Therefore, if we see people protesting, he will say that they are mad. Understand me? After all, that they should be happy that their food is cheaper. And this is somebody who some people voted for maybe about 8 months ago. Understand? I would have felt very bad if I'm in Kwara and voted for this kind of a man and he said this kind of a thing. I would have been very, very disappointed. So the issue is our own case is not the same with any other country. Every country's own problem is unique. Understand? You must not be comparing one country with the other. The circumstances are never the same. But when they want to show how wicked, how insensitive they are, they will bring other countries. If you say that fuel is expensive in Nigeria, they will tell you that the fuel is cheaper in Nigeria than in UK. Fuel is cheaper in Nigeria than in the United States. What is the minimum wage of the people in UK and in the United States? Understand? So they always compare the negative things instead of the positive things. Understand me? Can they compare the security situation in UK, in America, and here? Understand? What they will always look for is those negative things, which is very, very unfortunate. So our circumstance is far different from that of any other country in West Africa. If government is feeding them free, fine and good, understand me, if they are buying any concern us, they are not complaining, they are not protesting, but Nigerians are protesting, and the reason for the protest should be addressed. So that's my position. The reason for the protest must be addressed. Even if food is 100,000 this in the other African countries, it shouldn't be our business, because our
and you've heard what Mr. Notsky has to say about that. Moving on, no matter how dirty the PDP is, it is still a better evil than the APC. Sule Lamido, that's former governor of Jigawa State, It described the PDP as the better of two evils. It says PDP is a saintly evil, while APC is the dangerous evil. Now, these are in his own words, like this is verbatim, right? He's saying APC is a very dangerous evil, PDP is a saintly evil. He says APC has plunged Nigeria into hell since they came into power in 2015. He says Nigerians have the choice of remaining in hell or choosing a better evil, which is the PDP. Now, this is the same situation whereby you're sacrificing yourself in order to bring your enemy down. How can you agree that your party is evil because you want to also say, we know we are bad, we know we are terrible, we are not as bad as those people? Isn't that in itself a contradiction? Is the PDP any different than the APC? If it was the PDP that were in power right now, would we still be experiencing what we are experiencing now or not?
I agree 100% with his submission. I agree 100% with what he said. If PDP is in power now, Nigeria would have been better. Understand me?
But how would we know?
Nigeria would have been far
just be
better.
saying if.
Under PDP, the economy was well managed, and when he said that PDP is a lesser evil, understand? There is corruption in every government in the world. There is an inbuilt corruption in government, inbuilt. Understand me? Go to Joe Biden's government in the United States. There's inbuilt corruption. Go to Sunak in UK. There's inbuilt corruption in any government in the world. But the issue is, how do you manage it? Understand me? No government is a saint. Understand? No government is a minister of works in this country told me that government is not a Father Christmas. That if I see a road built across somewhere, that it was built for one purpose or the other. Not really because of the people in that community, but maybe for what they hope to get from one man, understand me, from there. This is what a minister of works told me. Understand? That government is not a Father Christmas. So there's inbuilt corruption in every government in the world, anywhere it is.
So it's just the levels that are different.
Exactly. So PDP is a far lesser evil than APC. Under the PDP, the economy was far well managed, and PDP is a far more organized political party than APC. And as he said, that APC has thrown Nigeria into hell, it's not an overstatement. There had never been a time in Nigerian history where people are protesting over the prices of food. It had never happened. This is the first time. Understand? It has never ever happened. So I said here and last week that APC has taken Nigeria to 536 AD, which is the worst year in human history. Understand? When the year that people were bringing out their children to sell just to have something to eat. That's where this country is at the moment. And you have heard what a governor said, that food in Nigeria is the cheapest in the whole of West Africa.
So with that kind of mentality, we can't expect them to do something about
then
it.
Then what do you expect? Understand me? With that mentality, what do you expect? And he went and told the Minister of Agriculture this, which means the Minister of Agriculture should feel fine. Understand? When he's being told that food in Nigeria is the cheapest in Africa. So for me,
in West Africa, actually,
if it's in West Africa, it should be even Iraq that is in war, Somalia and so on. Food could be better here than there. So what he said is true. I agree with him 100%. PDP is far better than APC in terms of caring for the people. In terms of caring for the people, Nigeria has never had it this bad. And he said that he gave Nigerians two options. Either they remain in hell or get out of the hell. Understand me? And for me, before the election of February, I said it last year: vote right or prepare to suffer. Understand me? Vote right or prepare to suffer. So now my sympathy are just for those who voted right. Understand me? My sympathy is just for those who voted right.
Voting right would be now voting for the PDP or which party?
My sympathy is for those who voted right. But if you voted for the man in power, you are getting what you deserve. Understand me? If you voted for Tinubu, you are getting what you deserve.
Mr. Anaske, wouldn't you say that is rather harsh? There were people who genuinely believed in his
They are getting what they have. They are getting what they deserve. I have no pity for them. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I have no iota of sympathy for them. My sympathy is only for those who voted right. So 2027 is coming. If they want, let them remain in their hell.
Okay.
And it will get worse. It will get far. This is just the 101. Introduction to suffering. That's what they are seeing now. 101.
Okay, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the recap where we address issues that made the major headlines during the week. And of course, I have Mr. Peter Anaske here in the studios, who's giving analysis of these situations. We are on topic 3. PDP is a lesser and a better evil than the APC. This is according to former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido. Send me your messages on WhatsApp 0700 903 9039 0700 903 9039 0700 903 9039. Send me a message on WhatsApp. You can also leave your comment on our YouTube platforms. To find us on YouTube, just type into your search bar VOP 903 FM, and we will be right here to take your comments. Okay. We have spoken about the very first issue, which is the court asking the Nigerian government to fix the prices of petrol and other items, including matches, sugar, flour, milk, salt, bicycles and their spare parts, motorcycles and their spare parts, vehicles and their spare parts, and of course petroleum products, including diesel, petrol and the kerosene. We've also spoken about other issues as well, which is the Nigerian Governors Forum, or rather the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, saying Nigeria's food is the cheapest in West Africa. And we are just talking about how the PDP is saying they are a better evil than the APC, and Nigerians should choose the lesser evil by going for the PDP. Again, I reiterate and I ask the question, Mr. Anosike, is this not a way of vilifying oneself, embarrassing oneself? Is this not a way of saying, I know that I'm a bad person?
Truth. I said there's corruption in any government in the world. The question now, what is the level of that corruption? You cannot eradicate corruption in governance.
Okay, we cannot eradicate corruption in governance, but does Nigeria not deserve a corruption-free government?
There's no corruption-free government anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Not even in countries that
corruption-free.
No, not even in countries that not only behead and send their politicians to prison for being corrupt. China, for instance.
China got off hands. There's a coup, but it doesn't mean that corruption does not exist in their government. No. The issue now is the magnitude. Understand me?
So we have the corruption that occurs brazenly. Like, what will you do? What will anyone do about it?
Nigeria own is brazen. Understand? Is working.
Okay. Well, then let's move on in the conversation. You're listening to the recap right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. There's been a lot of protests talking about the corruption in government, right, and how Nigerians are taking it about, oh, the PDP is less corrupt than the APC. Protests have been springing up in so many areas of the country, starting from Minna in Niger State, which is a relatively, we could call it a cool place. Minna is not a place it's not a town or a capital that you usually hear in the news saying, oh, something negative happened in Minna, or people are protesting in Minna, or anything is happening. So for them to be the very first of Nigerian state to come out and say we are tired and we can't take it anymore, and then the person who purportedly led the protest was arrested, right? A middle-aged woman. She was arrested, but now it's people are protesting in Kano. People have protested in Ondo State,
everywhere.
As
There's
well.
A limit to human endurance.
Right now, Nigerian pensioners are threatening to protest naked on the streets over the rising cost of living. They are saying that they will go naked on the street, and the world will see pensioners in Nigeria are demonstrating naked. And so, when you talk about corruption in government, right?
Did this happen under PDP? Did this happen under PDP? So we are comparing two parties here. It never happened.
So no matter how terrible the PDP is, they are more caring.
Far better. It's just like comparing heaven and hell.
But how? The PDP themselves said they are also evil, but they are just a lesser evil.
Evil. Every government, there's evil in every government anywhere in the world.
I'm just saying because it said heaven and hell, and we mostly believe that there is no evil in heaven.
Lucifer was there.
He was cast away now when he became evil.
Among the 12 disciples, Judas was there.
So there's always a tinge of black in every white.
Sure. Anywhere.
Okay. I can see your messages coming in on our WhatsApp platform. Do keep them coming. I definitely want to hear from you. We are Voice of the People. At about 5 p.m., the phone lines will be open and you can call in and let us know what you think about all of the topics we have been discussing today. Let's move on to the issue of insecurity. Senator Shehu Sani is saying over 10,000 schools have been shut down in the north due to banditry. He's also saying that most of those who are engaged in banditry and terrorism today are young people in their 20s and 30s, saying if they had been provided with the education they need, they wouldn't have carried arms and be attacking people. But one thing about Nigerians is we always throw words and numbers around so much. At the risk of sounding, ignorant, are there up to 10,000 schools, first of all, in the north? Now, we're not saying there's no insecurity. We know that insecurity has ravaged so many parts of the north that schools have had to close down. But we've had issues of people just coming up and, spewing numbers that they did not even actually make proper research. So we're not saying that, okay, schools were not shut down due to banditry, but 10,000?
So are you now accusing the senator of giving a false figure?
Well, not at all. I'm not doing that. But then we would like to know the research he conducted and the statistics that he pulled together to be able to get to this figure. 10,000 schools across all northern states. Well, would you know that we have so many regions, so many states in the north. So he may not be wrong, but we still want to know the statistics that he came up with.
19 states. Why South has 17? Understand me? They have 19 states. So now, is it impossible that to have more than 1,500 schools in a state? Is it impossible?
That's seeing their size. Their sizes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it is not impossible.
So the issue is this. I'll work with his figure because for me, I did not conduct the research. I don't know how many schools that there is in the north, but according to him, he said that 10,000 schools were shut, and he said this at the Arewa House in Kaduna. Understand me? And when he said it, nobody has counted him since. Nobody said no that the figure is too high, so,
or too low,
So nobody has counted what he said. Understand me? So, but can you imagine that figure? Understand me? Can you imagine that figure? Then even if it's 5,000 schools only, because of insecurity, the future of the children in those schools has been wasted. Understand?
And we also have situations where even when schools reopen again, parents don't want to send their children there.
The fear is already there now. The fear is already there. Just like when I know of 2 little girls that were beaten in Enugu, but that's by this sit at home people. 2 primary school children. After that, they refuse to go back to school again. Mommy, they will beat me. They are outside there. Understand me? The trauma is always there. Understand me? So imagine if we are just working with 5,000 schools short. Understand? Imagine the manpower being wasted. What is going to be the future of the people that are supposed to be in that school? They have been reduced to Okada riders, farmers, bandits, terrorists, because an idle hand, they say an idle mind is devil's workshop, and that the devil will always find jobs for idle hands. So people go to school to learn and to be kept busy. Understand me? When you go to school and stay from morning till afternoon, sometimes night, you come back tired and weak. You sleep. When you wake up, you go to school again. So you are being useful to yourself and to your community. Then when these schools are short, the youth now have every day to roam around. Understand? And the devil will always be there to keep them busy. Then how are you going to stop insecurity under this condition when millions of children are out of school? It cannot work. Because the bandits and the terrorists will easily find them useful to brainwash. One, they don't have the mind of their own. So whatever you tell them, they are going to agree. Understand me? So this is a very dangerous precedent. And what Sheikh Hussaini said should be taken very, very serious. That's assuming that they are interested in their children going to school. Because when Jonathan was the president, he built a lot of Amajedi schools. Even some northern elders were against it. Why are you building schools? Understand? You want our children to be enlightened, to be educated. And when they become educated, they will become stubborn. Understand me? We can no longer control them. That was one of the things that they campaigned against him in 2015. That he was building schools up there. Understand me? That was one of the campaign points that the northern elders used against him. That he was building, why is he building schools? They would have felt more comfortable if he was dashing them the money that he was using to build those schools. So you can see that insecurity will go a very long way in this country as long as those youths are roaming the streets. Understand me?
But now you've spoken about how even when they try to build them schools, they're saying they don't want this. What then is the way
their
forward?
Leaders, their elders don't want them to go. Understand me?
Don't want them to be enlightened.
Look, school open your eyes. Understand me? Schools changes your belief system. Understand me? What is believed in your culture, in your tradition, once you go to school, your eyes will open. And you will now know that those things are not real, that those things are not helping you. So this is what most of them don't want the youth to know. Understand me? So I say some elders in the north were campaigning against Jonathan that he was building schools and that they should not vote for him again so that he will not continue to build schools. You see it? So that's where we are.
Well, that is a really perplexing situation and a very perplexing actual place to be. Actually, we're still talking about the issues that affect us in the country, also talking about issues that made major headlines during the week right here on the recap. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. I'm your host, and I've been talking with Mr. Peter Anosike, a development executive and also a best-selling author and a journalist and a philosopher. He's the author of Dangote's 10 Commandments on Money, the book that was rated as one of the best development books in the world by the Wall Street Journal. And finally, but still on insecurity, right? Over 3,500 students have been kidnapped in Nigeria in 4 years. Still on the issue of insecurity. Now we have schools being closed down, children being kidnapped. We've had issues of this not just across the north, it happens in the south as well. How can you convince parents to send their children back to school if school is not even a safe place for them? How can you convince parents that when the children leave their houses, they will come back in one piece?
Okay, that's 3,500
students
in 4 years. That's about 900 students per year.
Every year. And really, how many of them get to come back home? How many of them are never seen again?
Understand me? So that shows you the danger and the fear in this country. That a child will wake up to go to school and is not sure of coming back home. Understand? It is very, very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous. And the main reason, mind you, the last 4 years was basically under Buhari administration. And one of the reasons that they sold Buhari to us was that Buhari is a general and he's going to fight Boko Haram. And they said that he's going to defeat Boko Haram in 2 months because he defeated Matasine in 1982. Matasine was a riot that happened in Kano State, understand, in 1982. So they said that Jonathan is a civilian. That's why Boko Haram was difficult for him to win. But if a general comes, he's going to do that. So that was one of the criteria that the Lagos Ibadan media packaged Buhari and sold it to the Nigerian people. Understand me? Another reason was that he is that's incorruptible human being. That he was not corrupt. But we know that as a general, Boko Haram was at its peak under him. As a person who is not corrupt, his government was the most corrupt in the history of Nigeria. So those premises that Lagos Ibadan Press package Buhari was false. Understand me? Now, when 3,500 students are being kidnapped, imagine what they must have gone. I've not been kidnapped before, so I don't know what they go through. Understand? But if you read the stories of those that have been kidnapped, now you now try to put yourself in their shoes. They will be in the forest at the mercy of wild animals, snakes and other dangerous reptiles for days and weeks. Understand me? That psychological effect can hardly leave that student. So tomorrow, if you tell him or her to go to school, he or she will tell you no. Because why? Government is not living up to its name. The number one role of any government is protection of life and properties. That is the number one role. Protection of life and properties. But is life being protected in the country? No. It's not. Which means what we have since 2015 are failed governments. Government that has not lived up to its name. For me, they should think out of the box and find solutions to these problems. It must not continue this way.
Okay, then we're hoping that happens very soon, because many sectors and many people in Nigeria right now, it seems that all we talk about every day is how the country could be so much better than it is right now. It is exactly 5 p.m. on the dot, and it is time for you to call in and share your opinions, ideas, and suggestions with us right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We definitely wanted to hear your voice. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903 to be a part of the conversation. Call us up. We definitely want to hear from you. Who's our first caller of the evening? Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Good evening, Chioma.
Hello, how are you? Good evening. Hello, are you there? All right, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be part of the conversation. Good evening and welcome to the recap. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Amaka. I'm calling from Festa.
Welcome, Amaka. Thank you so much for calling in on the recap this evening. Let's hear from you.
You're welcome. I'm really not sure what the government is doing about what's happening.
Amaka, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. We can actually hear you so much better now. We really couldn't hear you before.
Okay, so I was saying I'm not really sure that this government has the right things or the right tools to move this country forward. It's just, I know during the other regime we're saying we went back 10 years back, but it's almost looking like we're going 20 years back. But we're also hoping that probably because this government just came into power, that they probably are still trying to get their feet. We hope that at least in the next 2 years that something would be done. We're not saying they should do a miracle because we know that things are crazy right now, you know. But then people are suffering. They have to also look at what the citizens are going through. So that's my take. I think the government should tighten up their seatbelts and see what would happen. I mean, we are the grassroots. I'm not finding it funny. Everything is on the increase. And then you can imagine where you go to the market. I'm just coming from getting groceries, and I don't know what I bought. That is almost 68,000.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, where is this money coming from? What are we making? At the end of the day, it's not fair. We're all suffering. We can't buy diesel. We cannot buy fuel. We cannot buy food. A bag of rice is 76,000. What is happening? It's too much for everyone right now. I don't know what the government is doing about this, but we're not smiling, and we don't know what will happen in the next 6 months. If it keeps happening this way, things are going to get crazy in the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amaka, for calling in on the recap. This evening, we're really, really happy to hear from you. Unfortunately, the Nigerian situation, the best thing we as the media can do is always make it a life's work, right? To come on here and talk to the government so that they can hear the Nigerians and not finding it funny at the moment. Good evening and welcome to the recap.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan. I'm calling from London.
Welcome, Jonathan. It's a pleasure to hear from you. Please go right ahead with your contribution.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. So I want to talk about this dollar float of
issue. Yeah. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there, Jonathan? All right, Jonathan, give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It is time for you to call in 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation this evening. We're also live on YouTube, so head on over to our YouTube platform, type into your search bar VOP 903 FM, and you get us live and direct. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Okay, I'm calling back. My name is Jonathan, calling from London.
All right, welcome,
Just cut
Jonathan.
off.
We lost you there for a moment. Please go right ahead with your contribution.
Okay, my contribution is that government said that they are floated in Naira, and government floated in Naira, and they are not patronizing the local manufacturer. And we are saying that your currency is falling against the dollar. So what is the rationale behind this thing? All the SUV that they bought it with dollar. You floated your currency and you are not strive to patronize your own local manufacturer. How do you expect the appreciation without currency? Mr. Anosika, I don't know, maybe I'm getting what I'm trying to say, sir.
I'm with you.
So I don't. The same government said that we are floated in Naira, and the same government are still trading in dollar.
In dollars.
And
even importing bottled water.
Yes, I don't know. The same government is coming out to talk to citizens. I don't know. Is it a psychiatric problem or something?
Okay, Mr. Jonathan.
So let me drop it, sir. Let me drop it, sir.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Please, no insulting words. All right, let's not do that. We know that tensions are high, Nigerians are not happy, but this is radio, okay? So let's keep it civil. You don't want to run the risk of us getting into trouble, right? 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I'm your host. My name is Ijeoma Innocent, and you are tuned into the recap. The program will be going on up until 6 p.m. So call me up. I definitely want to hear from you, our voice of the people. After all, you are the reason why we are here. So call me up and let me know how Nigeria has been treating you lately. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Okay, my name is Jude, and I'm calling from Ajawa Estate.
Welcome, Jude. It's a pleasure to hear from you. Please go right ahead.
Okay, I listened to, although I've been following the programs of this particular station where everybody talks about the mines. It is turning so well that Nigerian is a place of the dead now. I don't think we are living. A few days ago, like Mr. Anosika talked about the insecurity in the north, or about they gave the numbers of people that were kidnapped. And at least in that 2005, I don't think maybe half of that number came back. If you have not lost a soul before, you may not know the plight of the one that lost his or her relatives. Maybe the one that got kidnapped is the hope of the family. Maybe they'll send that one to school. When he comes back, things will be better after school. Then that one went to school and ended up being kidnapped. Maybe he didn't come back. Now, going out from the kidnapping, we talk about hunger. On Wednesday, I was somewhere. A woman, around 7 o'clock p.m., she was having a baby at her back, approached me. Do you know what this woman says? Brother, please, can I see you? I said, what is the problem? He said, we have soup in the house, but there is no gari. My sister, what do you make of that? I had to grow goose pimples on my body because I now thought about the baby at the back. For this woman to run out by that time, there was no hope. I begin to imagine whether they have already eaten since that day, talk less of now, for her to swallow the shame to go back to beg, because I don't see her as a beggar. I said, what about your husband? He said, the husband has gone at nothing. He came back and nothing was there. I don't think since 2015 we have a government. We are talking about government. We don't have a government. Let's be truthful on this.
Okay.
And where are the people that protested at US? Obvious the question, and the those that stand against Chibok girls. Why are they keeping quiet? Let them protest outside the country. We that here cannot come out because police will shoot us. Is it when all of us have died before something will happen? We don't have a government for 8 years now. And we are entering the 12th years of this.
Thank you so much.
So this is my own mistake here.
Thank you so much for your call. Thank you so much. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
My name is Lala. I'm calling from London.
Welcome, Lala. Let's hear your contribution to the program today.
I just have a few things to enlighten the Nigerians abroad and home, because this is getting out of hand slowly. Because basically we here, we send money back home, and basically if you send money home before, you think you send money, but now when you send any money, it's still like you don't send money. We just want this government to look at it in the other way around, because all their kids, they are having big money to buy big things anywhere they are in the country, outside and away. They should not forget something, they got kids, because it's getting to the place where Nigerians are going to push, because it's getting out of hand slowly. We're not going to come for them. They should not forget that they got kids, because we'll start with their kids. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Lala, for your call. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. We are Voice of the People. We definitely wanted to hear from you. I can see your comment on our YouTube platforms. Do keep them coming. I can also see your messages coming in on WhatsApp. Do keep them coming. We'll be taking them very soon, just before the end of the program. All right. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi there. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Yes, this is VOP.
Yes. This is VOP. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh dear. Give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's talk about the issues affecting us in the country today. Let's also talk about the issues that we have we've dissected, we've discussed about on the recap this evening. Your calls is what we're waiting for. We're Voice of the People after all. Now you have a voice. Let's hear that voice. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Oh dear, give me a call back. 0700 903 903 903. I can see your messages coming in on WhatsApp. Do keep them coming. I definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location, please? Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Ahis, so I'm calling from Yorùbá.
Ahis, welcome. Let's hear from you.
You see, the problem is that we in Nigeria, we're not the year world. Now we the cause this thing by ourselves.
How now?
Where are the Olomo and the Agag now? You can see what is going on. No competition, no protest, nothing. People are saying everything. We call ourselves one Nigeria. I don't even, I'm even saying of this country. That's the choice. Let them begin to manage it, my sister. I don't want to touch one. Because when you begin to think about this country, you begin to give yourself heart attack. That is what is going on. So, look, thank you.
All right, he's trust me, I understand how you feel. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Good evening. You're on to Voice of the People. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Good.
Welcome. What's your name and location?
Yeah, well done for the good job you are doing.
Thank you so much.
I don't know why this government, they don't want to do the sovereign of people. In the past, this kind of thing happened when Muritala and Obasanjo took over power from Gowon. What they did then, they imported enough food for Nigeria. We ate Muritala meat, rice. Why can't they imported all these things to, bombard our market in order to alleviate the suffering of the people? Nigeria are crying for food. Food only government cannot provide. And they keep on discovering money in abroad. The money they have carted away under Buhari, more than $100 million in abroad. and many other money that have been siphoned. Why are they behaving like this? Is it until when people go on the road? They should do something very urgently. That's my own. No.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Choma.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Amadi, calling from Egypt.
Welcome, Mr. Amadi. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, you see all these things we are discussing. Like Mr. Anderson said it in 2015. People was promoting Buhari. Why Buhari is nothing to write about administration. You see, this insecurity. Before Jonathan was there, they said that Jonathan cannot manage it. Jonathan cannot manage it. And they've called a general. A general become a civilian in the eyes of Nigeria. Look at this man that just came in. When they are asking him, what are you going to do for Nigeria? He said he cannot say until he enters there. Even up to a charter house, they call him to tell us what you're going to do to Nigerians. He call this one. That is a collective decision. I am just telling you people that this man is not going to do anything for us. Just mark it somewhere. Tinubu is not going to do anything for us because he has nothing to do and he did not promise us anything. The problem we are having is because the man that is INEC chairman is just the person that put him there because Nigeria has decided who to vote for and who to support.
Thank you so much. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I can see your comments coming in on our YouTube platforms. Do keep them coming.
For what you said at Chatham House, when Tinubu was asked, how are you going to manage security? He called El-Rufai to come and answer that question. So El-Rufai answered. But today, El-Rufai is not a part of his government. Understand? So Tinubu did not tell anybody how he's going to manage security. So you cannot hold him responsible for that because he didn't tell you. He didn't go to any debate. Understand? So the only thing that they declared him a president, he had become the commander-in-chief.
Okay, welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Hello, are you there? All right, give me a call back, 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
My contribution is that...
You didn't tell us your name, sir.
My name is Otumba. I'm calling from Ondo State.
Wow. All right, Otumba, let's hear from you, sir.
So insecurity in this country is a problem that our leaders don't do anything in this security. Yesterday night, there was a kidnapping here. They carry one lady in this police station behind us yesterday. So government came to this place.
There in Ondo State where you are living?
At the area.
Wow.
So government took the lady away now. So they are looking for money.
The government have called. They have called.
So 20 million.
They asked for a ransom of 20 million. Wow.
So the family of the lady now, they don't have money. So that is the matter. Insecurity in this country, we are tired in this country. That is my contribution.
Thank you, Otumba. Thank you so much, Otumba, for calling. Now, Mr. Naske, this is someone who, do we say, has first-hand experience. How do the people who are left in that area, when something like this happens, I mean, how would they feel? Feeling like, oh, I may be next. Will they come back? Will they release this person? Will we see this person again?
One, it could be anybody, understand me. Then when it happens, the question now be, who may be the next? So everybody will be scared. Even coming out will be a problem, assuming that staying in the house that one is safe. Because in Abuja, most of the kidnapping happened in the estate, not even
because they go into the houses and pick them up.
Understand me? So nowhere is safe at the moment. Walking on the street is not safe. Even staying in your own house is not safe. So the other thing is just that to pray, let their focus not be on you.
Okay. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello, my name.
Hello there. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Susan from Ibeda.
Welcome. Let's hear from you.
Please, so I want to ask for this discussion where we are discussing. I have been hearing it because my heart is boring about Nigeria. But at times, it's we that cause all those things. Can it be honor?
Says what?
And a highway robber be honor in a country. And you are seeing, only here in Nigeria, you will see a thief be honor. A highway robber be honor. Take it in the television. When they brought somebody committed a crime, they will cover his face. They will cover his face. Make sure that they don't see it. They want to try to pamper the person. I wonder where we are going for this thing. Please, it's too much in Nigeria. Let us call corruption corruption. Let us not paint it. Let us not do whatever another country will see us and begin to shame to us. That's my contribution.
Thank you. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Call us up. We're Voice of the People. We definitely want to hear from you. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Abuchi. I'm calling from Okota.
All right, let's hear from you, Abuchi.
Imagine this country don't tire us, and I don't know what to do again like this because.
Please turn on the volume on your radio set, Abuchi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, this is so much better.
So what I'm saying is about the insecurity in this country, it's very, very alarming these days. And I don't know whether all these things that we are talking, whether the government says they hear from us, whether the government they hear with the talk, and they just hear and like say this thing, all these people they talk this thing, they are not serious. They don't know what they are talking about. Yeah? That's what I'm feeling in my own. I don't think they are listening to us. I even hear what they talk. That's the only thing I believe, sir. Hello?
Abuchi, I'm with you. Thank you so much. Now we get that question a lot, right? We get a question where it's like, oh, are we not wasting our time? I promise you we are not wasting our time. They do hear us, but acting on it, that's where the problem is. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
Okay, I'm very fine. Pastor Roland calling from Meron here.
Welcome, Pastor Roland. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. I give Mr. Anosike the thumb up for his work.
Thank
you also.
Thank you.
Yes. You see, in this very country, I'm saying that we don't have leaders. What we are having in this country, they are rulers. They are just using the life of people in this country to play gamble. And they know what they are doing. They are using the life of people in this country to play gamble. Our rulers, not leaders, because we don't have leaders in this country. Leaders are concerned about the citizens they are leading. But rulers, they are after their own self, their selfish interest. That is what all of them are. And this one just came in and have nothing to give to Nigeria. He just forced himself in here through Buhari. He have nothing to give to Nigeria. So let's Nigeria. The next thing that will happen to Nigeria now is all Nigerians now to enter the street. That is the only thing that will give solution to Nigeria now. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. 0700 903 903 903. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Ijeoma. My name is Tony Chukwud. Mr. Anosike, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have a question for Ijeoma. I know he's not a mouse. You must answer that question. You see, I don't know if you saw a video that is circulating. I don't know, one of the transport companies, they just kidnap the people on their way to wherever they are going, and then on that video it shows that the driver was shot and is dead, and they kidnapped and left a child. I don't know. I saw only one child stranded there. Now, coming to what everybody is talking about, Mr. Tinubu, that man never promised Nigeria anything. He never. There's something Buhari did. Buhari never promised Nigeria anything during the campaign. All the people that we are talking are just their spokesperson. So let Nigerians always understand this. Both of them never open their mouth and promise anything. If anybody said that they promised, let the person come out and say, what did they promise? Okay, even if we forget the one of Buhari, this current administration never promised anything. The only thing that he said that that it is his turn. So he's now in his turn. So people should stop all these things. But in as much as he didn't promise anything, but it's his responsibility as the president of a nation to know that the people that those that voted for him or that believed in him are suffering, because he cannot do if he knows that there are people who voted for him and he wants them to vote for him again. If he's doing something good for them, if he's building road for them, all of us will use that road. But it's affecting everybody. Whether those voted for him or those that did not vote for him, is affecting everybody. And again, let Nigerians do not forget that. Sorry?
I want to ask you something, on what we've been talking about. PDP chieftain has come out and said that the PDP is a lesser evil than the APC. Is that something that you agree with?
In everything that you do, you try to, look for the lower risk. You don't go for a higher risk. So why everybody is talking of PDP is that PDP, during their time, things were good. So, but are they lesser evil? Nigerians are just talking from their own experience, because if you have used a product before and that product was good, then you can be able to say, oh, this product, the time I used it was good. Maybe that product is already bad at the present time. So the PDP that are talking, then they were okay. But now, you don't know the bad eggs that are already in them. And again, the thing with Nigerian political parties, that none of those people that are jumping from one party to the other have any common sense. You can never see somebody from conservative go to Labour Party. You can never see somebody from Republican move to Democrat, because Democrats are the one in power. They don't do it because they have a principle.
So it's about conviction, not about ruling.
No, because all these people that you are seeing that are talking, if PDP wins today, I am telling you, the same bad people that on APC, all of them will come and just bought a ticket. Or if they sense that they are going to win, all of them quietly, some weeks before that election, all of them will quietly fill up the form, join the party. Majority of them in APC, weren't they in PDP?
Okay.
Majority of them were in PDP. So what Nigeria needs is a different setup altogether. Let us try a different product. The first product, PDP, the time Nigeria tried it, it was working. But you don't know the present condition, whether they are still producing something standard or not. I'm using a business or manufacturing terms. So you don't know that product of PDP, whether they are still producing something that will last, if there is any good product in them again or not. The one that we know, which is the APC, what they are producing, nobody likes it. So why don't we try a different company, a different product, and see whether we will get a different result? I'm sure we will.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. Thank you so much for your call.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. We definitely want to hear from you, a voice of the people. You've been listening to the recap. Now, I've noticed something with all the callers. I know we want to talk about the situation of the nation. And the recap really is talking about the situation of the nation. But I'd like to hear your opinion on the specific topics that we're discussing, right? Like the PDP chieftain saying, oh, PDP is a lesser evil, like the government fixing the prices of food items and some other imported items as well. Yes, I know we're talking about insecurity too, but yes, I'd like you to hear your opinion on the specific topics that we have discussed. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
This is Matthew calling from Ijeoma.
Welcome, Matthew. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, my contribution is that this government they are trying their efforts, and the other thing is that the association on food sellers, association of food sellers, association of importers. They don't have any good thing about the masses at all.
How?
They are not contributing anything. But they just go to their meeting and talk about how they increase prices on all things that they will buy on daily basis. Maybe the government should suspend them or dissolve them.
That's the Association of Food Sellers.
There will be a competition. There will be a competition on all these businesses.
All right.
Because when you want to sell something, they will say that until you join the association, before you can do anything. So these people, they are just there to ruin our masses. Please, that's my contribution.
Thank you so much, Mr. Matthew. So you're saying the Association of Food Sellers and all other associations, manufacturers and importers, they're the ones who are ruining Nigeria, that they just have meetings and they decide to increase prices, forgetting that these people pay import duties for the importers, the food sellers. Right now in the north where people are farming, they can't go to their farms due to insecurity, right? There are so many situations that are determining food prices in the nation. So people don't just gather together and say, look, how can we make life difficult for Nigerians? Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location, please? All right, give me a call back. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Now, our government has not made any effort to start buying, let Nigerian youth become a farmer. Up to now, in the olden days, all local governments have tractor. By farmers will go there. Hire.
All right. We're experiencing network glitches with this call, right? Please give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. A voice after people, 90.3 FM, where your voice is sure to be heard. Give me a call, 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's talk about the issues on the recap this evening. Okay, you're the reason why are here. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name and location?
Chioma, this should be calling from the Cajun. I agree to.
We greet you too. Welcome.
Anosika, agree to.
Same to you.
Yeah. Chioma, it's laughable when I hear government trying to control, talking of price control. I don't want to say much, but if you want to laugh, they will control the Igbo land. This bribe price will say they will go there and control prostitution, control bitter cola, price of bitter cola and cola too.
Bye 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. I can see your comments coming in on our YouTube platforms. Do keep them coming. I can also see your messages coming in on our WhatsApp platforms. Do keep them coming. We definitely want to hear from you. Believe me, you are the reason we are here. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Mr. Vincent, calling from Diaz.
Welcome, Mr. Vincent. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. I'm hearing your program, so I'm very, very happy. But I'm happy to speak to you today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You see, this thing that happened in Nigeria, God has shown me in 2013. This is 11 years now.
Wow.
So, yes, God showed me in a vision. I'm not a pastor, but I'm a child of God. During night vigil, God showed me this thing. That day that I encountered angel, I know that angel is so giant more than any other thing. Then the first place that angel shot that arrow was east. That arrow is burning with fire. As the land is the east scatter. After that, he turned and fired it in the north scatter. Wow. After that, he turned and fired it in the south now scatter. After that, he turned and fired it in this west, which is the last place. Everywhere now scatter. So I'm now asking God, what wants to happen in Nigeria? God, what wants to happen in Nigeria? So as I continue to ask, that angel now looked down from the moon and saw that there is somebody that is not running, that is watching what is happening in Nigeria. So he now come down. And I asked the angel, what wants to happen in Nigeria? He said that he said he didn't know. God just sent him to do that. So he's just a messenger. I said, He said that God saw that I'm watching. He now sent message to come and send me. That when this thing is happening, I should be praying. I will not put down. I should not put down in the battle that is watching me. So what I want to tell you is that this thing that is happening in Nigeria, God is 100% aware. God wants to do something because that angel later come back on 2018 and divide Nigeria into two. This thing cannot stop. Even though it's Obi that enter, Obi cannot control it because the hand of God is 100% aware. So we should be praying. It's not something of serious praying because God has already
I was going to ask, right, at the end of this year vision, like what was the end? What can Nigerians do? But for you now, we should be praying.
Wait, Chioma, must God allow us to suffer before doing what he wants to do?
Yes,
is that fair?
Praying so that you not resort to war.
Yeah, can you hear Mr. Anosuke's question?
Okay, what is your? I don't hear.
Mr. Anosuke, your question to him.
Must God allow people to suffer before he will do what he wants to do?
Yes, because the reason is that God wants to scatter those evil people. Without that suffering, he cannot scatter those evil people that is disturbing this country. So they say that where two elephants are fighting, grass must hear it. So it is only prayer. Even though it's Obi that enter, it's defensive because the hand of God is 100% in this country, Nigeria. We want to scatter those evil people. So that is what I want you to know. Go and mark today's day what I'm saying.
All right.
No, it's not a small issue. It's a very, very big issue at the ground. So we need prayer, serious prayer, both Muslim and Christian.
Thank you so much. So much for your call. We really do appreciate it. 0700-903-903-903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Call me up. Hello there.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name and location, please? What's your name, please? All right, let's hear from you.
About the person that says on eviction. God will not allow the children to die now. Maybe kill those politicians.
What did you say?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. What did you say?
We, the poor masses now, the ones suffering, I say God wants to scatter them. Who are they scattering now? It's really that the God is scattering now because something is killing us here. So let's God come back and fire them and leave us.
Thank you, Noso. Mr. Anosuke, you seem to find that funny.
Go on.
All right, let's hear from you. 0700-903-903-903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Like I said, I would like to hear your opinion on the specific issues that we are discussing. The PDP is saying they are evil, but they are better than APC. What do you think about that? Welcome to the conversation. Good evening. Are you there? Good evening.
Hello, Chioma. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
Yeah, so I'm taking up. Good evening, Mr. Anotiki.
Good evening.
Please, I want to tell you, I was once kidnapped or a victim of kidnap.
Wow.
It's not a funny experience. I went to my poultry because I used to run poultry, and as I was going, I was in my car. The boys, they were 5. They just came out from the side of the fence and picked me. It wasn't a funny experience. It's not something I would like to remember. So I want to tell you that insecurity in this country, if our leaders want to solve it, they will solve it. They're giving the names of those sponsoring these things. And the other time, the FCC told us that they got whether that it's a set of religion, something like that, that is in charge.
Yeah, that's laundering money for the terrorists, yes.
Yes. And what did they do? They said they got order from above to stop pushing that thing. Today now, all of us are crying. All the governors and Tinubu has gone towards the ball. We cannot buy food. Even ordinary pure water. Like those of us on drugs, Choma. If I tell you how much I spent, meanwhile, my pension money cannot do anything. So I think what this country, okay, look, they're not, those Tinubu has used to surround themselves, they are not doing anything. Look at people like Moka telling us that he's opposition. And when people now tackle him, what did he say? He said this thing is all over the world, even in Europe, this and that. Instead of looking for a way to solve the problem we are facing, they are looking for excuses. Then Mr. Tinubu is saying that we should report positive things. What is positive about me being kidnapped and me being beaten in a forest? Is that what we are going to report? I think what they need, like the other states now, the governor is saying local food, make sure you don't sell food in bulk. Does this portray the people that want to lead the country or unity, or those policemen that are arresting those protesting? Even the police people, are they not suffering? Psychopaths. Or what do we call them? Instead of us to team up, let us fight these people. Even if we are not having guns, then we run. We chase them, go to House of Senate, go there, National House. Chase them out. Their children are not in this country. They are not suffering from school. They are not suffering from anything. They go to wherever they want to go to. They have so many passports and the rest. And they can fly to any country. So, my dear, the problem of Nigeria, I don't know, is something that needs drastic action. We've been praying, like one of my daughters is a mommy, we've been praying. Where's the result? So, you see, we still pray. God will help us.
Thank you so much.
Ourselves. Thank you so much, Mr. Anotiki.
Thank you so much for calling us and sharing your experience with us. You know, when we talk about this, if we've had 2 people now call and share their experience with kidnapping in the country. The gentleman that called from Ondo State said his neighbor was kidnapped last night. The kidnappers are asking for 20 million in ransom. And then when you have people like Bayo Ononuga coming to say, oh, it's not as bad as the media is making it look. Well, on a live program, these people that called, we don't even know them, right? But they listen to the program and they say, look, I want to share my experience on this program. And for the people that ask if the government are listening, I assure you that they are, because we know what we hear from them when the program is over. We most likely always hear from them when the program is over. So they are listening, they can hear your voice, they can hear your names, they can hear your grievances. It remains the willingness to actually do something about the situation. Welcome to the recap. Good evening. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Turn down the volume on your radio set. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is John. I'm calling from Ohio.
Welcome, Joy. Let's hear from you.
So I want to contribute to this program that you people are discussing.
Let's hear from you, ma'am.
First of all, let me thank the damn gentleman that is really doing a nice job. So good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you so
I can
much.
hear
Thank
you.
you so much.
Okay. So according to that man that said he saw vision, I think the man is right, because in the Bible says, in the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffered violence and violence take it by force. You can see the way the so-called leaders are taking us for granted. Sometimes I would just think about, no, why can't we just, people are dying every day, let us just fight this one and once and for all. Because look at Liberia, you look at the world where they go, you cannot make it there. Every day things are expensive. Okay, look at our president now. He went to go and watch what you concern. He go to watch television. Is that how to rule the country? They don't even know how to experience how to move the country forward. They went to go and borrow money and start buying cars. Is that the problem of the country? And just by now we're supposed to be agitating that we want to leave the country. Everybody have to let the country be divided. Let everybody go on its way. We are still there. We don't know quarreling, no fighting. Everybody still keep quiet and see like that. Nothing is going, nothing is happening in the country. Can we make we die finish before we go? No, we say 40 people are dying every day. Because this is a very, which sometimes when you make somebody to be very, very annoying. And look at that. See, the woman was coming from work yesterday. The woman stopped me with tears. When what happened, he said, please, you have no choice this morning. When he happened, he said, he need Gary. Look at, maybe if you want somebody, look at how people. But let them for Canada, let us say the fact. We cannot look at continue like this. If they to divide the country, let's divide the country, let everybody go its way. By the time they share more local government, share more state, everybody, we have work.
All
look
right.
at our government of the
All right. Thank you.
Look at it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your call. I want to accept Vex, but I know it's not that easy to just say, right? We'll take one more call and your messages, and then we'll call it a day right here on the program. In the meantime, 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. You're my final caller for the evening. Welcome.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
I'm Sunday Linus from Agbada.
All right. Let's hear from you, Mr. Sunday.
You see, the vision that guy saw is a true vision. I saw similar thing years back. But as a matter of fact, I'm beginning to see that Christians are beginning to get weaker and weaker every day. Like in those days, we do see Christians praying, fasting, calling God to come down. But these days, hardly you see even people house to house praying together with their children. But then, there is a little solution from my own side. One, we are not so lazy. We can farm within ourselves. We have a lot of land. We can produce with our hands. Why don't we come together and reason together? Well, as a matter of fact, if I'm opportuned or if I'm allowed to come, I will come and give some revelations about God, how this country will move forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're my final caller for the evening. It's time for me to take your comments on YouTube and your messages on our WhatsApp platform. Beginning from YouTube, Ola Diwale says, good afternoon, Ms. Chioma. Your voice is one of a kind. Great job. Thank you so much. Look, truly, Nigerians are not ready to chase the Janko out. And once they are even, their funds will start running without chasing them. Are there solutions to the siege in Nigeria? Yes, but with the career politicians face the situation heads on, no. And they prefer to go mute than to solve problems. Please be mindful of your mental health. I beg you now. Despite the torture, please be very careful of your health, because if the mental health gives up, it is finished. Oga 404 says, good afternoon, Chioma. God will bless Tinubu for keeping us in hunger strike. Okay, let's move on over to WhatsApp, where I'll be taking your comments and your messages right about now. Good evening. Let's begin with Samuel from Mafoluku. There is no corruption in any government. I agree with this. But revealing that PDP is better than APC is not the way forward. Labour Party offered the best solution in the last election, but some Nigerians were too blind. Now they want the blind to continue leading us. Samuel from Mafoluku. Good evening, House. My regards to Mr. Anosike. The truth is APC and the government has come to... Okay. Nigerians with hunger, kidnapping by hang of crook. All right. Thank you so much for your message. Good evening, Mr. Nosike and Choma. Cut orders Nigerian government to fix price of petrol and other items. However, the modalities on how to go about fixing the economy were not stated. Here are the solutions. 1. Terrorism and banditry should be totally stamped out in society in order for farmers and businesses to thrive. 2. Government spending should be cut down. They should put an end to foreign trips and medical/educational tourism, importation of crude oil and petroleum, and the use of foreigners for our road construction and other major projects, who are eventually paid in dollars, and dollars will in turn conquer naira in the forex. 3. The government should invest in the manufacturing, education, health, power, and agricultural sectors. Then, the ripple effect of the above-mentioned modalities will go a long way for everything else to fall in place. Chisco. Thank you for your message, Chisco. If we can go back to the regional system of government, things will be better. APC are bereft of ideas. They don't have the capacity to manage this country. Simeon from Abuja. Okay, hi, Voice of People. My name is Baby Mama from Lagos Island. The street is fed up with APC administration. Watch out for another NSAS coming soon. Good evening, VOP. They say what you don't resist, you deserve it. I think Nigerians deserve what they are passing through. Now, since we are afraid to die, if you talk, you will die. If you don't talk, you will still die. Elvis. Good evening, Choma and your guests. Isn't it true that PDP is far better than APC, even with all their flaws? The PDP chieftain admitted that they are evil because of all the frauds and inhumane stuff that went on during their reign, but it's all child play compared to what we're presently facing. As for the Kwara governor making comparison that the price of food is the cheapest in West Africa, it's not his fault now. Is he using his own money to buy foodstuff or other essential commodities? They are totally disconnected from the reality on ground. What a big shame. Sahid Barua. Razak Faluade Man Owo from Shogunle. My own contribution is that when everyone see that this man is not offering us anything, what is so difficult for us to do peaceful protest and remove him and replace it with one better that will do what we want? Okay, Razak Faluade from Shogunle. And finally, hi Chairman Mr. Anosike. Please, Mr. Anosike, how do Nigerians reconcile the announcement that the APC government will release massive food reserve to help reduce the cost of food items in the market? But yesterday, they are proposing opening the borders to import food items with the same scarce dollars. Question is, do the APC government actually have food items stored anywhere in Nigeria? If we do, why are they talking about food imports? APC is worse than PDP. APC has been in power nearly 9 years. Even before Tinubu took over from Buhari, there is now active kwashoko in some core northern states like Borno and Sokoto, even though there is no blockade against those states. Astino from Olodia Papa. Okay, I hope I'm not missing anyone's message. Yeah, I'm Samuel. This is the point where I'll ask you to give us your final thoughts on the situation so that we can end the program.
Well, I will tell Nigerians not to lose hope. That should be my final words. Nigerians shouldn't lose hope.
Okay, I can see some comments that just came in on YouTube. Anthony Ugu says, great job you guys are doing, providing alternative view. Ugu Odum from Lagos. Thank you so much, Mr. Ugu. Kelechi Nduka says, my sister, thank you for being there. My brother was kidnapped sometime last year and it was a black day for my family, but thank God he was released after we paid ransom. Kidnapping in Nigeria is no jokes. I don't know if I should call this a fun. It's not a fun fact, right? But my dad has also been a victim of kidnapping before. That was about 5 years ago. And I'm just saying this to say that I know what it feels like to be waiting for your loved ones to come home and to be told that they've been stolen away. Like when you are charging your phone somewhere and somebody just comes up, picks it up and walks away with it. But like Mr. Noske has said, let's keep hoping against all hope that in the not so distant time, Nigeria will indeed be the giant of Africa that we've been posturing to be. Until I come your way again next time on the recap, my name is Ijeoma Innocent. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Mr. Noske, for joining us on the program. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your calls. Thank you so much to everyone who called in today from the first time. We'll be doing this again next week, Saturday. Okay, we'll be doing this again on Saturday. So thank you so much. My name is Ijeoma Innocent. Do stay tuned. More interesting programs are coming your way. You can find me on our social media platforms @_the radio girl, @_the radio girl. Connect with me. I'd like to connect with you. Until next time, stay safe and keep doing the best you can to be better. Thank you.